I am so excited about today's video. If you are someone who's always wondered, how am I going to speak? How am I going to get paid to speak? How am I going to get my book out there? How am I going to build my personal brand? Then you are going to want to tune into this video because we will be talking about a woman who did it in 1894. 1894. And so I'm going to tell y'all how you can do it today. Now, getting paid to speak is something that we talk about all the time at Speak Your Way to Cash. I feel like in doing this video, I'm kind of going back to my roots a little bit. And so I'm very much looking forward to sharing with you guys how you can get paid to speak even today. And of course, we have a Black woman in history who did it. And so she is going to be our guide in this discussion. But if you have not already, I want you to comment waitlist and get on the waitlist for Black Women Sell Live. We launch tickets February 25th, 6 days. Y'all, I feel like I've been in this launch for 6 years. 6 days, we launch tickets to Black Women Sell Live, which is the only sales conference that leverages history in order to teach Black women entrepreneurs today sales. And I think that's really important. I've gotten some weird comments from people about the event. Like someone recently was like, I'm sick of this black bubble. And I'm like, baby, I don't know what black bubble you in, but in America, there is no black bubble, okay? So what we're doing is creating an environment where everybody is welcome, but it will be based on our history. And I'll be teaching the strategies. Like anyone can teach you like how to build a funnel, but not everybody can teach you how to do it while dealing with systemic racism. Like everybody can teach you how to make more money, but not everyone can teach you how to do it when banks will barely give you a loan or what it looks like to bootstrap as a Black woman in America. And that nuance does matter to your strategy. There is a way to leverage people's biases to generate revenue. There is a way to leverage the fact that you're going to be underestimated to go to the next level. And I'm happy to be the one to teach you how to do it. I think more of us need to be in the 2% of business owners. Y'all, it's only 2% of Black women-owned businesses, if not less, that have W-2 employees, which means while we are yelling about corporate America being not fair to us, we aren't building corporations that can be fair to us. You know what I'm saying? And so we need to make money in our businesses, a whole lot of money in our businesses, and then we need to go back and hire each other. Provide jobs and things, you know what I mean? But today, we're talking about how you can do it through speaking and writing. I want you to speak and write your way to cash. And I'm telling you about a sister who actually did just that. So today's history lesson on deleted history is actually coming from a woman who made history in my hometown of Chicago. She was the first Black woman member to diversify the Women's Chicago Club. Now, this was like an elite society for women, and she did it after publicly speaking. Now, there were these women's clubs back in the day, y'all. There were these women's clubs back in the day, and her name is Fannie Barrier Williams. Fannie Barrier Williams. One of the things that used to happen with these women's clubs they were like white women's clubs. And they would make policy, they would influence elections, they would influence policy on education, they would control the narrative in their city. But Black women were not members and they were not admitted until Fannie actually broke through. But the way she did it was by using her voice. Now, Fannie was born in 1855 in Brockport, New York, to a relatively prosperous Black family in a time when most of the country was still enslaving our people. She started ahead strategically and she used it. Now, let me say this. I've seen a lot of posts recently. I saw a post not too long ago and it was like, Black people are elitist and we need to stop doing that and we need to celebrate the fact that if you get it out the mud, it's a good thing. And I'm all for all Black people winning. But the truth of the matter is we cannot talk about generational wealth and then demonize people who didn't have to get it out the mud. I think that our goal has to be, we are not getting it out the mud forever. We do not need generational trauma. Our families can hand down deeds, lessons, wisdom, land, money, stocks, equity in companies. Black families, we should normalize handing these things down. And one of the ways that we do that is by celebrating when Black folks don't come from struggle too. I think it's amazing if you get it out the mud. I also think it's amazing if you never had to because you are the example of what we actually are going for. Christelle ain't getting it out no mud. She don't even like it outside with the bugs and stuff. Like she only goes outside to play tennis. I think that's great for her. I love that for her. Maybe golf too, right? I think it's beautiful and we should celebrate that just as much. So this sister's family was well off in New York and she used that strategically. She was among the first Black women to graduate from state normal school at Brockport, then went south to teach during Reconstruction, choosing impact over comfort. She could have stayed up north. But in 1893, she was one of the few Black women selected to speak at what's called the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. This was like one of the largest global stages in the 19th century. She didn't just attend, she actually spoke. Now, I want to pause here because there are some of you that want to get paid to speak. You want to get on bigger stages. If that's you, comment big, because I'm going to show you how to do that in just a bit. She spoke in a building literally called the Woman's Building at a World's Fair that largely excluded Black people. That wasn't luck, it was due to her positioning. In 1894, she broke the color barrier at the elite Chicago Women's Club, becoming one of the first Black members, the first Black woman member, after decades of exclusion. She did not gain entry through protest alone, she actually gained entry through strategic visibility, impeccable credentials, and undeniable value. Now, let me break this down because there are a lot of people who talk about like, we need to have expertise and credentials. Right now, we are in what's called a trust recession. A trust recession. What does that mean? That means that people are more likely not to trust you than they are to take things at face value. So the way that you break through that barrier is through strategic positioning and strategic visibility. And here's what I love about visibility today. Visibility today means you don't even got to get invited to speak at a big conference or at a big event or any of that. You can literally create your own visibility by speaking on your own platform. Every single day, people tell me they want to get paid to speak. And then I ask, how many live videos have you done? And they say none. And I'm like, okay, so where are you speaking at? Well, I haven't been paid to speak yet. Well, why don't you pay yourself to speak on your Instagram live and get good? Why don't you do a live video on Facebook? Why don't you create a YouTube channel and speak and then leverage that as an asset that you can use to pitch, to speak, and get paid? Like, if you want to speak, if you want to write, oh, I want a book deal. Okay, how many books have you published? Self-published? None. Why? Oh, because I'm waiting on a book deal. We are no longer in the time where you need to wait on a system to say yes. We are at the time where if you want something, you walk through the door, okay? That's where we're at. We right there. Now, in 1893, when Sister Williams was doing this, and Williams is my maiden name, so I claim all good Williams as family, so this is like probably my cousin or something. But when she was doing this in 1893, that wasn't the case. There was no social media. She ended up going on to co-found her own league. So check this out. First step, got her education, made a name for herself, started writing, started putting herself out there, so much so that she was invited to speak on a big stage. Step one. Step two, she went and gained entry into an all-white women's club. She did not gain entry because she needed it. She already came from money. Slight flex, you know what I'm saying? But she did it strategically because what they were saying is that there were no Black women that were qualified. She did it to show that obviously there are Black women that were qualified. So this is almost like step one, you go get your degree. Step two, you go in these corporations, largely white, largely discriminatory. But you go there and you do your thing, you show out. That gives them proof that other people like you can also show out. But then step three, look at what she did. She co-founded the National League of Colored Women in 1893, which later merged into the National Association of Colored Women. She helped build national infrastructure for Black women's leadership before most of us even had the right to vote. Now check this out. Step three is you build your own thing for your own people. This is the playbook here. Okay? And so while people are saying, well, we don't need a Black this and we don't need a Black that, thank you, bro. It's like, if there are systemic barriers, while we can go and be in anyone's company and be in everyone's stuff and have all these different things, it makes perfect sense to have something for ourselves. It makes perfect sense to have something that is uniquely designed for us. Why? Because our lived and actual experiences are categorically different even today. Not as different as they were in the 1800s, but they are still different. So she went and shaped her own organization. She helped build national infrastructure for Black women's rights and leadership before many of us had the right to vote. She was a published writer and national lecturer, and she turned her voice into income, influence, and institutional access. She advocated publicly for Black women's rights and Black women's suffrage, prison reform, and economic empowerment. When doing so, literally could have destroyed her reputation and her livelihood. She was appointed to the Illinois Board of Public Charities, one of the first Black women to hold such a civic appointment in the state. Step four, now she holds government office. Are you on your PTA? Are you involved in your kid's school? Are you creating your own infrastructure? Are you donating to civic engagement? How are we, like, after we get right, after we get good, after we build our own, there has to be a way for us to impact a greater body that will help more people, right? She leveraged predominantly white women's clubs to advocate for Black women's rights from inside the room, not just outside it, then built her own room outside of it. She understood that the narrative of power is actually economic power. Ooh. Can I tell y'all something I firmly believe? Like, it's a little controversial. I'm going to say it anyways, because I'm out here now. I mean, we've been doing this for 18, 19 days. I believe the biggest trick that people can say is to tell Black folks not to make money. Oh, it's not all about money. You need to be humble. You need to stop talking about money. That is such a big trick. They've used all types of systems to tell us this lie. And the reason being, in my opinion, is because without economic power, power doesn't get actualized. So without economic power, power doesn't get actualized. So as long as you are concerned with money being evil, money not being good, not focusing on your numbers. I'm scared to say my rates. I'm scared to say my numbers. I don't look at my profit and loss statement. I'm not focused on sales generating activities. I just want to do things that feel good. As long as you're in that state, you are without power. Without economic power, power is not actualized. I am a big fan of Black women being very rich. I am step 1, get rich. Step 2, get wealthy. I'm a very big fan of that. Then I'm a big fan of us marrying. I love my Black husband. You marry whoever you want to marry, but I'm a big fan of Black family. And then I'm a big fan of us having children that don't have to be raised in trauma and issues. And then we can set them up and then they can go on and do more. I should be able to do more than my parents because they set me up. My daughter should be able to do more than me because we set her up. She's already gotten paid to speak. She's already gotten a book. She's 5. She's already seen 16 countries at 6. I saw countries. She's seen more than me at her age. That's how it should work. But if we keep glorifying struggle and we don't focus on economic power, then we get our mission distorted. And it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. But that's my I don't know. Maybe I don't know. If y'all agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. She did not just break barriers. She made inclusion strategy. She made it beneficial to us. She used every stage to widen the doorway for other Black women, not just to elevate herself. She turned education into influence and influence into access into systemic change. If you are overqualified but underpositioned, you need to study her. If you are tired of being overlooked while less prepared people advance, you need to study her. If you want to move rooms without begging for entry, you should probably study her. Influence is not just volume, it is leverage. Fannie Barrier Williams, that's my maiden name, made herself so valuable that exclusion became inconvenient. That is strategy. That is power. That is the blueprint. Now let's get into how you can actualize her strategy in your business today. If y'all are ready, comment ready in the comments. Number 1, you need to start using your voice. I'm going to make this very plain. For the next 30 days, you should go live 3 times per week. Every day you go live, you should talk about a part of your framework and then have a call to action. Very simple. Every day for the next 30 days, if you want to get paid to speak, there are a couple of different ways to do it. And I feel like I've talked about this all the time. And if you don't know anything about this topic, you should get this book. It's called Speak Your Way to Cash. It is absolutely incredible. It's a 246-page manuscript on how to get paid to speak. If you comment book on Instagram, I'll send you the link directly to your inbox. And if you want the book and you're watching on YouTube or somewhere else, just go to speakyourwaytocashbook.com. I believe that URL actually gets you there. So let's get into this. Step 1, if you want to get paid to speak, all right? Number 1, you need a topic, okay? You need a topic that somebody else wants to learn about. You do not need your story. Now, this is controversial because everyone's like, oh, I just want to tell my story. Baby, don't nobody care about your story. They don't care about your story. Unless your story is going to help them, they don't care about your story because they don't know you yet, right? So, topic. What is a topic that people are already buying? You can go to any one of the Speakers Bureau websites and see topics there. Those are the topics that corporations are currently buying. They list them A to Z. Any Speakers Bureau website will have a topics tab for the most part, and you can look and see what topics people are buying. Then you need target. Now, this is what's more important than topic, y'all, is target. You need to choose one target. Who are you going to reach out to? You can reach out to colleges. You can reach out to corporations. You can reach out to government entities. Check me out, though. All my church folks, do not make churches your target. In all my years of doing this, I've had 2 clients that have made churches their target, and they have landed 5-figure contracts. The vast majority who try get chicken dinners and hurt feelings. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. Okay? If you're an itinerant preacher, you're very good. You have a great social media account. You have large mega churches that are vying for your attention. Maybe. What I recommend, colleges, corporations, associations. Okay? Colleges, corporations, associations. Colleges, you're going to reach out to the student activities director. Corporations, you're going to reach out to the department head that needs your topic. HR director, operations director, CFO, they need to be director level or above. And then associations. Associations are national groups of people who come together because of their profession or interest. So, National Association of Women Lawyers, National Association of Accountants, they all have national conferences with national speaking budgets. Operative word here being budget, okay? Then you're going to pitch. Now, I'm going to give you guys 2 key ways to do this. Number 1, you can pitch via email. Number 2, you can use events to pitch. And there's 2 ways you can use events to pitch, okay? The number 1 way you use events to pitch is you go and speak at events where your client is, whether they pay you or not. So you go and speak at like the National HR Directors Association, whether they pay you or not. And at the end of your speech, you tell everyone in the room to book a sales call with you, and you set up sales calls to pitch long-term consulting contracts and or training contracts, right? Number 2 way, you host your own event. You host your own event. At the end of the event, you sell your offer directly to people who attend your event. You can host masterclasses for corporate buyers. At the end of that masterclass, you could sell them on booking a sales call with you, or you could sell them on whatever your offer is right then and there and have them book a call to pay. I'm saying book a call here because corporate buyers are typically not just swiping their card and giving you money. More than likely, they need the offer customized. It has to go through a procurement process. And so I want to make sure you all are aware that for corporate buyers, you are mainly selling over the phone. So what you're trying to get with your content, what you're trying to get with your speaking engagements, what you're trying to get with your emails is you're trying to get them to book a call with you. That is your currency. If you want to know the health of your business and you're selling directly to corporations, your currency is how many calls do I get booked? And now you're like, Ashley, how many calls should I get booked? 3 to 5 calls per week. 3 to 5 calls per week is healthy. If you're selling to corporate, let me help you out. You will have a ramp up period and you need a sales pipeline, okay? You need a sales pipeline. Now, what do I mean when I say sales pipeline? If I ask you right now, hey, how many people do you have in your pipeline? I mean, how many people have you pitched your offer to that are in the consideration phase? I do not mean how many leads you've downloaded from Fiverr or Apollo. I mean, how many people have you asked to do business with you and they haven't said no. They've said, okay, we're considering that. We're going to move that forward to the next phase. I'm going to send this to my director. I'm going to send this to get approval. That is your pipeline. You are going to close a percentage of people in your pipeline, not everybody. A percentage of people in your pipeline are going to close, okay? So when we talk about how am I going to get paid to speak, these are some easy, like DM outreach, email outreach, all of that. You could do email outreach for them to come to an event, and then you can pitch them on your offer at the event to build trust because we're in a trust recession. These are all things that you can do. You can also start putting out content that's so doggone good that people reach out to you to speak. They're like, dang, we need her. Note, most people are not going to put out content so good that they don't have to do things that will grow their business. Most people want that. Most people want to just post, everyone's in their DMs, and they're creating demand. Can I be real with y'all? That's not realistic for 99% of you watching this video. It's not realistic for me. It's just not. It's not even realistic for Beyonce. Like, she does full-on campaigns, spend money on the campaign, works with influencers. even big movies. Did you see Michael Todd's movie? He has a huge church. He did influencer outreach, had a whole red carpet. Next time, invite me. All the things like, and they already have large influence. They already have large engagement on their platform. So why do you think you about to post and pray and make millions of dollars? You're not. You're not. And truth be told, for all of my business owners who are already doing 6 and 7 figures and want to add corporate speaking and corporate contracting to their budget, you're going to need to hire someone that is their full job. Because I know, as someone who's running a multi-million-dollar operation right now, I don't have time to focus on pitching and outreach 100% of the time. Because I'm running multiple companies, but 2, I have millions of other things to do, and I have to be focusing on doing the things. Like I got all the things. I got all the things. Now, we have people within our company during events and during seasons where we're going for other contracts and sponsorships where we can assign to them, hey, 20% of your time every day has to go to outreach. But if I were doing this myself, I would be focused 100% of my time on outreach. Now, here's the thing. That's to my folks who are already making a ton of money. You're already making multiple 6 figures a month. You can put a portion of that revenue towards someone where this is all they do, this is all they focus on. But for everyone else, the things you need to be doing every day, easy. Do a live video every day, 5 days a week. Make a post on social media every day, 5 days a week. Focus on one topic, annihilate every angle of that topic. You are a thought leader. You are not a content creator. If you're a thought leader, then you need to be putting out thought leadership content about your thoughts, your ideas, how you feel about things, current news from the angle of your expertise. And it does not matter if it doesn't get a lot of engagement because your goal is to get the right people to engage. It's to tell Instagram who you want to engage with your page. And the more narrow and specific you are about the content that you put out, the easier it is for them to find those people and send them to your page. Also, I'd be doing long form YouTube videos, 1 a week. I'd be reaching out to 20 people a day using voice notes on either Instagram or LinkedIn. And then I'd be looking and Googling what are all the major conferences where my ideal corporate buyer goes to. Now, I actually have in the link in my Instagram bio, I think it's there, a class called Corporate Selling Secrets. Yeah, you can watch it for free. Just go to corporatesellingSecrets.com. I break down these strategies in even more detail. It's a very, very, very good class. I would love for you guys to take it. Just go to corporatesellingSecrets.com. It's 100% free. You can go there now. It'll be one starting in like 15 minutes, maybe less. And you can watch that and get the full blueprint on this stuff and go to the next level in your business. Now, if you are someone who's like, I'm a woman business owner, I want to land bigger clients, I want to start selling to larger institutions, I need to get my sales strategy together. You already got your pretty website. You already got your logo. You already got a couple clients, all through referrals. But now it's time to grow. Now it's time to scale. You need to go to the wait list for BlackWomenSellEvent.com. We have over 4,000 entrepreneurs on this wait list, and I'm so excited about it, guys. Like, this event is going to be legendary. I mean, in the best way possible. This is the page, BlackWomenSellEvent.com. Look at this page, y'all. Look at this page, look at this page, look at this page. This is the event. You can join the wait list. General tickets are just $497. Tickets launch February 25th to the wait list exclusively. After that, they will be released to the general public if there are any left. But as I said, we have 4,000 people on the wait list, only 850 seats publicly available. Nationwide, we have people coming from Ghana and Europe and all the places to come to this event. It's going to be a vibe. It's our 3rd one. We've been doing events since 2018. We are not a risk. We are definitely a safe bet, and our events are legendary. So I highly recommend you find a way to get into the room. Now, if you want to see what one of our events looks like, check the vibes, check this out. We are going to have an incredible year. You need to be here. You are going to be transformed.
The energy, the history, the richness, the awesomeness is absolutely amazing.
Everything is giving opulence, high quality, and excellence.
Working with Ashley and her team has been amazing. It's everything that my business needed it to be.
About time that we sing of nothing. What's up? You know, on this long road, accumulating legacy. And the sound proceeds, preoccupied with everything. I think it's about time that I sing of nothing. Go! Go! I
I desire to be, right now people are saying 6 figures, $1 million, 7-figure earner. But not everybody is doing 6-figure or 7-figure activities.
Don't be too smart to not get your money. You gotta sell your clients what they need, not what you want them to have.
Sometimes you have to say no. You have to get comfortable saying no. Because if we accept those opportunities that are not aligned with what we want, then we don't get to what we want.
In order to really build, sometimes you gotta go back to the foundation. The foundation of some of the things that we learned, they were good for a certain time, but they're not good for such a time as this.
Confidence comes from past experiences, and I want you to document that as well as what it gives you the right to say about yourself.
I want you to commit like a young lady who says she ain't never given up on love. I don't care how many marriages under her belt and how many divorces. I want you to commit.
When we talk about being a strong woman, we mix that up with thinking we can do this all by ourselves. We should not forsake the assembling of each other.
I'm so happy that you all are accepting that people are gonna pay you. I want you to remember, even today, large companies ask Black DEI experts to work for free. And we have this company so that you know you have a coach that will say, hell no.
You cling to this corporate ladder because on this ladder, your family looks up to you. And on this ladder, your employees look up to you. And on this ladder, you have direct reports. But over there, you ain't got no team. Over there, you gotta work with VAs and you don't even know where they at in the world and you don't even know if they gonna respond. But over here, you got a whole team and you get paid every 2 weeks. And even though you go home and you're not happy, you cling.
Chris and Ashley, thank you. Honestly, I came here empty and just even in one day have been like overflow with just the amount of information, the amount of support, the amount of love.
Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for the support that you've given me. I am happy to continue to move forward with the program, and I look forward to the next coming year.
Been on this long road accumulating letters. It's time to proceed, preoccupied with everything. I think it's about time that we sing of nothing. Stop. Been on this long road accumulating letters. It's time to proceed, preoccupied with everything. I think it's about time that I sing of nothing. Go. Been on this long road accumulating letters. It's time to proceed, preoccupied with everything. I think it's about time that I sing of nothing. Go. Been on this long road, accumulating letters. It's time to proceed, preoccupied with everything. I think it's about time that I think of nothing.
Y'all see the vibes. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all know you'll need to be there. Okay, so at our events, the last night, it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the last night we have a gospel explosion. It is off the chain. We have we're in talks with several major gospel artists right now. We do that at the end of the event. Everyone's welcome. It's such a vibe. It's more than a vibe. It is a transformative experience. When people come to this event, they see themselves one way. But when you leave that event, you see yourself a whole nother way. You peep the ladder. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like, you know, it's good. It's really, 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 really good. Like, it's not like what you've been to before. You're not going and someone's like up there doing boring presentations. Womp, 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 womp. It's not like that. And many of you have never seen me speak live. You've only seen me virtually. But honestly, you really should come. You really, really should come. Like, I wouldn't miss it. Honestly, I would get a crew together and all of us would go. And if it weren't my event, but I knew about the event, I would still be in the building because it's that freaking good. It's so good. Every session is so meticulously planned. And did I mention that we have a billionaire speaking? Like, literally, we scoured the earth. You know, it's not that many Black women billionaires in the world. Black women who've had companies that have made over $1 billion in revenue. There's not many companies like that in the world. We went and found one of the women who did it, paid her invoice the other day. I'll be announcing her name at the launch party, but this is a woman with her name on the building of a predominantly white institution. This is a woman who has literally created her own way in the healthcare space. This is someone who has just changed the game and the narrative and overcame unspeakable odds to build something from scratch that will last well after she's gone. And I just really was passionate about getting, of course you'll have millionaires speak, I'll be there, you know what I'm saying? But you'll have a billionaire speaking who'll be mentoring you for the weekend. And then you'll also have women who are on their way up but have mastered a certain part of their craft. And to be real, you guys, like one of the things that happens at our events, the people that are speaking, you're gonna be like, oh, I've never heard of her before. That's good, because we don't hire social media influencers to speak. Every person that hits our stage has accomplished beyond what you would think would be possible for them based on what they have going on. And so it's not about how famous you are to hit our stage. It's about how accomplished you are. It's about the insight you have. It's about the strategy that you're going to give. It's about the specificity with which you're going to break down a specific strategy so that weekend you can implement that strategy. We don't even have bathroom breaks at the event. We have sales breaks. So we're going to give you 10 minutes to go. And our host, who also owns a multi-million-dollar business, our host is going to tell you, okay, you're going to take this 10-minute break, but what you're going to do is send these 3 voice notes, and then you're going to do this, and you're going to come back and report on it, which is why we have not had an event for the last 5 years where someone has not made money at the event. We just haven't had one. We have not had one. We have not had, because we structure the event for instant execution. Like, we structure the event for that. And to be in a room full of thousands of Black women who are growing their businesses, who are positive, whose energy is right, who understands the assignment is next level. But check this out. Unlike most events you go to and you buy a ticket and you don't see anybody until the event. Our event, 3 months leading up to the event, every week almost, there's another strategy or a meetup getting you excited about the event where you're learning things to implement and execute before you ever hit the event. Some of my private clients teach you live virtually for strategy. And when you get a VIP or platinum ticket, you get access to a whole accelerator right then and there. So it's just, there's just nothing like it in the world, anywhere in the world ever. There is nothing like it in the world anywhere ever. In fact, if you come to this event and you're like, this was just like another event I went to, and you can show me that anything about it was very similar, I'll give you all your money back. Like, I'm so confident in what we have going on. You come to this event and tell me I didn't learn a single thing, I will give you your money back. You ain't gonna be able to say it. You're not going to be able to leave the same. It's impossible to be in that environment and not elevate in one way or the other. If you're truthful, it's impossible. It's just not humanly possible. I know what we bring to this space. And I also know how unique the Lord made me, how unique he made our team, how deliberate he was about all the 17 members of the Speak Your Way to Cash team, and how much we care about our clients. Like, you ain't gonna find it, so you might as well come or else you're gonna miss it. So I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to be left out. I want you to be in the room. I want you to experience astronomical growth this year. And it all starts with you saying yes. I did all of that, and you can't even buy a ticket right now, but you can get on the wait list. And when tickets open, we're opening all tickets at the exact same time so that everyone has a fair chance to get a ticket. There's already 4,000 people on the wait list. And I know I got a message the other day, like, if there's 4,000 people on the wait list, why should I join? Because I won't have a chance to get a ticket because blah, blah, blah. It's like, look, if you don't join that wait list, you really may not have a chance. If you join the wait list, you have the chance. Obviously, if 4,000 people are on the wait list, not all 100% of them are going to open their emails on that day, but you will. You'll get a chance. And if you want to guarantee you get a spot, then when you get on the wait list, you'll see a second screen that'll actually allow you to apply to get off the wait list early. We choose 500 people. We release tickets early to them, so they're guaranteed to get a spot. We curate this room. So if you want to guarantee you get a spot, I'd get on that list. You'll have a 2-hour head spot before the general wait list of 4,000. And after that, we open it up to our entire wait list of 70,000 the next day. So waitlist folks have a 24-hour head start. But the first 100 people get a private Q&A with me next month. So I want you to be a part of that. I want to see you win. We're going all out for this event. We're investing a lot in making sure we have the best speakers. We have the best lineup. We got people who the other speakers haven't signed their contract, so I can't say anything about it. But the other speakers that we've secured, these people are like the descendants of legends. Like the women we've been talking about, we went and found some of their family members who are going to share some things that you will never read in history books about how they built $1 million businesses, about how they became one of the first Black women millionaires, about how they became one of the first Black women, or the first woman to start a bank. We went and found people's families. Like, the level of research we even had to do to find these speakers, secure them, pay them to come out. Like it's just, there's nothing like this in the world. So if you want to experience something like you've never experienced before, that'll take you to a whole nother level, and you want to sit at the feet of elders and people who've made millions and $1 billion and all of that, then you need to be in this room. And you want them to look like you, because you can go and find events where billionaires are speaking and never see anyone hit the stage of color. You can go and find events where millionaires are speaking and you never see nobody hit the stage of color. You can go to an event where you hear all of that and more, but you never even see a woman hit the stage. But at this stage, it's colorful. So I recommend you come to this stage, right? So go get your tickets, blackwomensellavent.com. We want to see you there. Get on the wait list now. Get on the wait list now and set your alarm right now. Set your alarm right now for February 25th at 9 a.m. That's when tickets will be released to the wait list exclusively. So you got to be on the wait list to get the link to that. But I will see y'all then.